So the box office for this Valentine's week and weekend showed that there was one love for Bob Marley, but there was practically no love for Madam Web. And so the first one is Bob Marley, One Love. This is a musical biopic, and these are a hit or miss. But once they connect with audiences, they will normally show out, and this is exactly what happened. It became the number one film this weekend, earning nearly $80 million, which is a really, really great start. And the thing with this film is it was actually produced by Ziggy Marley, one of the producers, and he's actually the son of Bob Marley. And so if we look here at the breakdown, this is the total domestic grosses. And for Bob Marley, it actually came out higher than I think people expected. So right now it's showing worldwide box office of 74.5 million, but some estimates now are showing 80 million. And so the production budget for this film was estimated to be around 70 million. And so I think by the time it's done with this theatrical run, then it will be profitable. And then secondly, we have Madam Web, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then Argyle, well, it's just continuing its decline over the past few weeks. It is definitely a huge money loser. If you look here, the projected production budget without marketing and so forth is 200 million. And so far worldwide, it's made 76 million. And yeah, it's a crash and burn for Argyle. And then the third film here is Migration. So this is a film out of Illumination Studios. And man, Illumination is just doing gangbusters. They have really been making great films overall, and most importantly, they're profitable for these companies. And this is owned by Universal. And if you remember, Illumination also did the Super Mario Brothers movie, which grossed over $1 billion. So as you can see here, the production budget was 72 million before marketing and so forth. And if you look at the worldwide box office, it's at 254 million dollars or 255. And so yeah, this one will most likely be profitable, if not already. And now let's get into Madam Web, because this one is one that I think for people who've been paying attention to this, it is not surprising. But what's really shocking is how poorly it did. So for domestic, it made about 23, or let's say around 24 million. International made around 28 million. So it's made about $50 million. Its current production budget is 80 million, not including marketing and so forth. And so the chances of this being profitable is, I would say, pretty much non-existent. And this is very similar to another recent or fairly recent comic books movies, The Marvels, which ended off its worldwide box office at around 200 million, and its production budget before marketing, reshoots, and so forth was around $275 million. And so this is something that we have seen, and it isn't something that started yesterday. It's been happening for years, specifically when it comes to Disney, Marvel properties. They've been consistently losing money. And well, I don't think this can continue onward at this rate. And they've been losing money practically on every single film they've been releasing. So I'm not sure what it's going to take for Disney, Marvel, and other similar companies and businesses to actually wake up and realize that maybe you need to make some big changes. And I know that this one isn't a Disney, but it is part of Marvel. This is by Sony, and Sony has historically done pretty well, which is with its Spider-Man properties. The last one is the whole Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse. I really enjoyed those films, and obviously Spider-Man No Way Home was really an excellent film. And now they're trying to, or have been trying to branch out with Morbius, and now with Madam Web, and I think the upcoming Craven as well. And it kind of comes back to things that I think for people who've been paying attention to this have been talking about, forever now, it seems. And that's this whole idea of having really good, strong stories and characters that you're interested in. That's kind of what it's all about. And I know it sounds like a broken record, but whenever you produce stories and characters that people actually care about and want to see, the end result is they're normally going to spend money. And no matter what these other companies are saying or what the mainstream media is saying, the results do not lie. When you see numbers like this and through other properties, then that's telling you that whatever you're doing is not working. And at least for me, we actually have the power here, and we have the power to spend our money on things that, we really enjoy. And for things that we don't enjoy, we're not going to spend our money. And obviously, that's going to lead to less money for these studios. and less projects being created. Now, you can see that as a positive, meaning like, hey, don't make these type of movies anymore. Or you could see it as like, you know what, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and these companies will cease to exist. And so hopefully that's not the case, but for some movies or some studios that continue to produce things that people don't enjoy, well, at the end of the day, they kind of get what they produce, you know? And so if you're not producing great results, then obviously you're not going to get great results in return. So those are my thoughts on the weekend box office and the entire web disaster that Madam Web is, and also similar films and shows like it. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave it in the comments there below, and I'll see you on another episode. Hey geeks, if you are a brand new creator and you simply want something easy to get you started, well, I got something for you with my Creator Starter Kit. This is a super simple step-by-step guide that's going to take you from having no channel to developing your very first YouTube channel, along with ideas, thumbnail designs, and other creator tips, including marketing. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and get started creating.